Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's episode of Flames Warframes, the series where I go over Warframes and tell you guys about them. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but there is a very rare occasion occurring right now. I have full Wi-Fi signal. Now, you might not think that this is a special occasion, but for some reason, over the past, 5 months, for some reason, my computer has been stuck at perpetually 1 bar of Wi-Fi, and I have not been able to fix it at all. And then I just turned it on, and I opened Steam, and all of a sudden the Wi-Fi is working perfectly fine. So I'm taking advantage of the situation to bring you guys some well-deserved content. And yeah, let's get straight into it. All right. So, first of all, who are we going over today? We are going over Ash. Because, why? Well, because I'm doing these in alphabetical order, and Ash is the first in that alphabetical order, followed by Atlas, Banshee, Baroque, Caliban, Chroma, etc. But, of course, I gotta go over Ash first. Now, first thing I'm going to be going over is obviously their abilities, gameplay mechanics, stuff like that. I don't think I explained it to you guys previously, but I'm explaining it to you now. So basically, each Warframe, I think I've gone over this before, they have a passive ability, and then they usually have just 4 other abilities. With Ash, their passive is that slash stats effects inflicted on enemies do 25% increased damage and last 50% longer. What does that mean? Well, slash damage is just a status effect that makes it so that enemies take, damage over an extended period of time after you hit them. As such, having it do increased damage and last longer means that overall you're going to be doing more damage if you spec into slash status. Anyway, uh first ability, Shuriken, self-explanatory. He just throws shurikens and they do damage and they take energy to cast. A basic one and done ability. Uh yeah. Second ability, Smokescreen, also considerably basic. I wouldn't exactly call Ash a basic frame, but I would say that their kit is relatively simple. Their gimmick is being an assassin, being a ninja, being stealthy, that kind of stuff. But yeah, Ash just becomes temporarily invisible. Third ability, Teleport. Uh, you can kind of see it in the little video and the corner of the screen, but basically teleport just means you teleport to an enemy within your crosshairs, and then you perform what is called a finisher attack, which is something that if you're using a normal melee, you'll get the prompt for, if you break an enemy's shields or overshields, or if you crack their armor, then you get the prompt to do a finisher, and as the ability says, if the finisher kills the target, Ash regains a portion of the energy spent. Which I personally think is, I mean, it's a good ability, but it's also a lesser ability, or a lesser form of an ability that exists for another frame that I will maybe bring up, considering they're not officially in the Warframe roster. But regardless, fourth ability, this is a pseudo exalted Blade Storm. Basically, I explained what a pseudo exalted was, I think, in the last video that I made, and I used Ash as an example. Basically, it is an ability that conjures a weapon, but you're not actively using the weapon in combat. It's just like a one and done thing. But it is still like a weapon that you actively mod and upgrade like this outside of your own like stuff that's going on. Now, aside from gameplay mechanics, there's also appearance I've customized. This is like what they would normally look like. I just have them in a darker black and red and gold color scheme. So I kind of did like a coloring version. Now, aside from gameplay mechanics, we also have a bit of lore about Ash. As I've said, their gimmick is being an assassin. What I have not mentioned is their Laverian entry, which I believe I'll be bringing you guys into right now. But yeah. So yeah, I can exit. You can enter and exit Laverian entries at any time. Ash has one, and I'm not gonna give you guys the like full lore thing, but I am gonna break some stuff down for you. Number one, Ash's epithet back in the days of the Orokin Empire was the patron saint of the Orokin School of Assassination. Gee, I wonder how you get that title. Probably by being an assassin. Now, the thing, of course, with Ash is that because they were an assassin based Warframe, they also basically taught all of the like would-be assassins of the Orokin Empire. Why does that matter? Well, because one day they did teach, but they taught something the Orokin usually doesn't want their assassins to know. I won't go too heavily into details, but the basic story boils down to there were these two Orokin like disciples of the School of Assassination, and basically in this School of Assassination you have like a assassination mitzvah, kind of like a bar mitzvah but for assassinations, or like if you guys have ever seen, you know what, whatever, I'm not a, there's another content creator that has had like a similar explanation in the past, but I can't remember uh what their reference was. Basically, there are these two guys. You know what, I'm just gonna switch to full screen face. But basically, there were these two guys, right? And they were both in the Oregon School of Assassination. They were brothers, but they were like orphan brothers. So basically, there's this like graduation initiation ritual that you have to go through in order to become like a full-fledged assassin. And that is to go out on a solo mission and complete a contract killing. Now, I believe one of these two was older than the other, so he got sent out before the other one, and he never came back from his assassin final test thing. And so, eventually, the other guy, his brother, was sent out to do the job that the first brother couldn't. And just to be safe, Ash, the Warframe, the patron saint of this entire school, was also sent with him. Why? Well, to kill him if he didn't kill the guy he was supposed to kill. Yeah, a school of assassination is not exactly very wholesome. Regardless, regardless, the whole thing went down. Ash basically watched from the shadows as this like assassin student, the second brother, snuck past everyone like all the guards, everyone protecting the assassination target. And as Ash was like stalking behind, he would just kill anyone and everyone just for the heck of it, apparently. But yeah, so the second brother, the assassination student, gets to the target and he finds that not only is the target hanging out with his brother, but the target is actually his father, who has been looking for him and his brother because they were forcibly separated by the Orokin. Yeah, the Orokin are screwed up. Anyway, point is, basically, this guy, this kid, he could not be convinced to kill both his brother and his biological father right after reuniting with them. So what did he do, you may ask? He didn't kill them. But if you remember, Ash was supposed to kill him and the target if he didn't kill the target. Ash did not do that, thankfully. If he had done that, I probably wouldn't be telling you guys this story. But basically, what ended up happening is Ash left them alone, went back, and reported that both of the brothers had died, as well as the father, and then they basically, like, the brothers and the father fled the Orokin Empire. Where did they go? I don't know. They don't say. But one thing that our good friend Drusus Laverian is considerably explicit in is that the day that the Tenno rebelled against the Orokin, Ash, the Warframe, the patron saint of the Orokin School of Assassination, single-handedly murdered every teacher, principal, higher up in that entire chain. He took out all of the people meant to be training children to be assassins. And as far as I know, that's pretty much the majority of what he contributed to the rebellion. Sorry, I'm a bit thirsty. It's getting to be summer in California. But yeah, that basically sums up Ash for you. They have somewhat of a backstory, and like I wouldn't say they're considerably powerful, but they're one of the better stealth-based frames. What I didn't go over is acquisition. See, how you need to acquire Ash is that you need to go into Railjack missions, which you acquire after acquiring the Railjack. You need to go into those missions, and you need to go into Railjack spy missions, and then every once in a while, an Ash part will drop. As for the Prime variant, which you guys saw, um, that is currently in the Prime Vault, and it won't be out of the Prime Vault for at least another month, considering the current Prime Resurgence is Rhino and Nyx, and we know the next one is Equinox and Wukong. Out of all of those that I just mentioned, Equinox will probably be the next one that I go over, and don't worry, or well, it's not going to be the next one, because the next one's going to be Atlas. Regardless of that, thank you guys for watching this video. It means a lot. If you could please drop a like and subscribe for more Warframe related content and just more content from me in general, just so that maybe one day I can get enough subscribers that I won't have to limit these videos to 15 minutes. I will be able to get so much more done so much more effectively if I am without that restriction. With that being said, have a wonderful day, and I will see you later.